Greetings, everyone. It is I, the mighty Haysoos. I am back with One Piece, chapter 1114.
The Wings of Icarus. As we have the chapter cover page today in Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 4. Kiyomon is telling Yamato to go enshrine this sword at Hakumai Senma Shrine in Yasui's stead. So we, for Yasui, who sacrificed himself in Yasui's stead. That is your surrogate pilgrimage. And Yamato is like, okay. We see, like, the entirety path that Yamato has to take around Wano country, or Wano Kuni. And we see a snippet of Yasui. Simpler time. So, as the message that Dr. Vegapunk is being relayed to the entire world, everyone's reaction is here. Navy HQ, New World. The world will sink under the sea? Dr. Vegapunk, what are you talking about? And we see a Kainu who's just, taking this in strides, and he's just like, I think he's like, there's something fishy going on. And obviously in Mocktown, everyone's just laughing. How's that? Now that's funny. So he decides that when he dies, he's going to go out throwing the world into chaos. How exactly is the entire world going to sink underwater, man? So everyone's just laughing at him. That's Mocktown for you. As we cut to Water 7, and we see Polly talking about it. Water 7. Around here, we believe him. But the whole world? He's not talking about high and low tides, is he? We get a snippet of Polly, and he's like, huh? Honestly, underrated character. Impelled down. Oh, we see Doflamingo here, and he's just having a ball laughing about it. He's just laughing maniacally. Oh, that's rich. What if seawater floods down into Impelled Down? Isn't your job to ensure the safety of the prisoners under your care, Magellan? Oh, we see Magellan. That 1 meter rise the other day had the prison panicking. How many meters does it take to sink the whole world? Well, that 1 meter rise across the entire world. So it is kind of not that hard to see. Most cities in the world will be wiped out with an extra 5 meters of water. See, Doflamingo gets it. What do you think? What do you think should we all move? Oh, what do you think? What do you think? Should we all move? Too much higher ground? Obviously the red line. Ryugyu Kingdom, obviously the Fishman Island. Father, what is going to happen? We see King Neptune. It just sounds so absurd, Jambon. Future Island Egghead. So they cut back to where Egghead is. What is he talking about? This is coming from the world's greatest scientist. He can wreak havoc on the entire world, even with a lie. This is utter nonsense. Dr. Vegapunk. So, even the Marines aren't believing it. But the elders know different, as we see them all shocked. And they all share the same goal. Destroy the transmission. Destroy the transmission transponder snail. In fact, destroy any life form you can hear. Everything else is secondary. And we see York on their way. How much are you going to tell them, Stella? The message continues. Now, speaking of the near future for me, assuming that the sensor I built are functioning correctly, in the days after I record this message, there should be there should be a most remarkable earthquake that strikes the entire planet. Yeah, so this message was recorded right after what happened at the Lulusia Kingdom, I believe. And we see Smoothie from Big Mom's crew. Is he talking about the earthquake from today? But Vegapunk's already dead, supposedly. Yeah, so this recording was made post-haste. As a result of that, the sea should rise about 1 meter around the world, rendering some islands uninhabitable. What? Huh? That was a prophecy. Beaches around the world will be lost for good. we see the guy from the Long Island arc. If I'm wrong in this prediction, feel free to disregard the rest of this message. we see the pirate island. How? That's freaky, man. He totally nailed it. And we also see none other than what's his name? The guy with the freeze. Why can't I remember his name? He has the cold fruit. Oh my goodness. It's Aokiji. Oh, that's his nickname. But he's Kuzan. If that happens, if this has happened, however, you should heed my words very carefully. This particular earthquake is not exactly what I would call a natural phenomenon. We see Saint Saturn contending with these Straw Hats. We got Brooke, Nami, Chopper, and Usopp, as well as Lilith on the offensive. Vegapunk, don't you say another word. Oh, he's upset. He knows what Vegapunk's gonna say. Man, he looks mad. Go away! Everyone's just fighting him. Oh, that attack that Chopper blocked, it's taken his toll on him, that's for sure. In my own way, I ever hoped for peace. So this is Vegapunk still talking. As everyone's dodging, and Nico Robin catches everyone in a spider net. Yo! Oh my goodness, Chopper is just like, oh, because the attack on his guard point. And then Saturn's like, be gone! Oh, did he send everyone flying? I don't know what happened. He just started moving away. But this was the root of my first sin. And so Saturn is just on the move. What about the power plants, Mars? Not yet. The chamber must not be harmed above all else. I will go. And the message just continues. I dreamt of a source of endless and internal energy. And in my desire to push the world forward into the future, we see Saturn. The mother flame. I flew too close to the sun. The mother flame. So we just see this flame that's inside this generator or contraption. It looks like a generator. But it's like in water and it's just gurgling and burgling, and it's like just the spiral of a flame. And so we see one of the elders. I'm not sure if that's Saint Marcus or Saint Saturn, since they're so close to one another, looking for the generator. So it's the mother flame, and one of them is destroying the controls on there. Destroy every last sign of life in the lab. Not that one either. Okay, so they're just running around destroying the Denden Mushis. And the flame we just zoom into the flame, and Vegapunk continues talking. Allow me to explain. And we cut to a panel where we actually get to finally see the giant that is woken up. It's no good. It didn't work. Just, what is it? We can't even make that thing so much as flinch. Oh, we cut to Allow me to explain just what is happening to our world. That's what Vegapunk is saying. And we cut to Dory and Broggy as well as Luffy, who's just laughing as they're being followed by the boar-looking mythical zone elder. The I think that's Sir Top Man. He's like Sir Topham Hat kind of looking, with his giant mustache that looks like, you know, the what's his name, the Monopoly Man. But it seems his ability is creating flames around everyone. And so the two giants are running, and they're like, "Yo, that's hot! Hurry before we get roasted alive!" And we get a couple panels of Mary Joie as the celestial dragons are freaking out at him, and a small panel of Imu-sama. From about 900 years ago to 800 years ago, a period of a century. There is a span of history that is completely and entirely blank. The celestial dragons are upset. "What are you doing, Navy? Make him stop talking. Execution is too good for him. Bring me his body. I'll mutilate the corpse." And then he's just kept talking. As well as we get the continuation of his speech, we call this the Void Century, because all the records from this time were eliminated. The only means to know this lost piece of history is to find a message from the past, in the form of poneglyphs scattered across the world, and decipher its contents. And so even some of the celestial dragons here are some of them are obviously yelling at him and just like, "Kill him!" But we have a panel of a celestial dragon who's just like, "Void Century? What is that?" So they don't know it? And then we also get a panel of Saul. Dead or she. He says dead or she as he's hearing all of this. And there's even Orange. Oh, we could cut to Orangetown East Blue. Well, long ago, there were 20 kings who got together, and they created the world. Doesn't that man know that? So we see Chochu, the dog from Orangetown. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that elderly guy in like forever. But this little girl is telling the history, and he's like, "Well, long ago, there were 20 kings who got together and they created the world. Doesn't that man know that? What do you think, Choo? As there's the dog." But Vegapunk continues talking as we also get a snippet of the Amazon Lily. "However, the world government has made it a crime of the highest order to decipher the message of the poneglyphs. And despite being a member of the government myself, I broke this law. That was my second sin." We see the rest of Nami's group beaten and bruised as they hid away from Saint Saturn as he steamrolled past them. Though, through the sheer tenacity of a group of excellent archaeologists, I inherited some texts and a number of poneglyphs which I have deciphered. And Brook is just shouting, "Zoro! Jinbei! Come meet us!" And the speech continues. "And continued studying to the best of my ability. I regret none of this. History, you see, tells a story." Oh, the cloud that Nami and the gang are on, it's moving. Wait, something moved. Look, the clouds are the clouds extending outward? So when Edison said he would make sure we touched down on water, did he mean... Oh, good point. So if the clouds stretch farther out, we can reach the sea. Oh, poor Edison. Edison's just left. He's all like beaten and like malfunctioning right now because he's like I would say he's kind of like a robot. "Now get off this island, Straw Hats." And don't let the world government lay a finger on ya. Poor Edison. He sacrificed himself. As the message continues, in other words, what I know is that is an incomplete story of the 100-year void. It would be dishonest to fill in the blanks with my own speculations, so I will leave only with the verified truth. So we see a clip of Straw Hat, or what's his name? What's his name? Monkey D. Luffy, Straw Hat, and the Giants like, hey, Straw Hat, don't push your luck. And he goes and punches the boar like Gorosei with the mythical zone. This one will hurt ya. And he's in gear 5 punching the boar. But it's just too much fire. It sends the boar back a bit, but the fire or his hockey is stronger than Luffy's, and his hands all like on fire. And he's like, yeah! and the two giants can't help but laugh. Hey, stop trying to make us laugh. And while this is going on, we hear the message of that Vegapunk is telling. The main character of the Void Century story, the main character of this story, was born into a kingdom with an impossibly advanced civilization 900 years ago. Like the sun god Nika, spoken of in Elbaf legend, he fought with a body that stretched and contracted. His name was Joy Boy, and he was the very first man of the sea to be called a pirate. He was a buccaneer, I think, as well. And that's the end of chapter 1114. And what's funny is, I mean, obviously it's good paneling right here, where we see Luffy using his Nika form as well as his rubber abilities, as Vegapunk is spouting out the story of Joy Boy, who fought with a body that stretched and contracted, who was Joy Boy. So Luffy has inherited the title Joy Boy because of his ability that he ate. And also inheriting the will of D, because that's in his name, Monkey D. Luffy. And Joy Boy was the first to be called a pirate. So that means Luffy is inheriting the man who was the first pirate. Man, I wonder what Joy Boy looked like. Oh, wait. I just realized, I remember that in Imusama's, like when Imusama was revealed, there was a giant straw hat that was in a freezer. Does that mean Joy Boy was like a buccaneer, right? So he was like a semi-giant. Do you think that giant hat was Joy Boy's? Obviously, that's probably... I wouldn't be surprised if that was talked about immediately when that chapter came out. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably pretty much confirmed now. Yeah, that's chapter 1114. That's a doozy, I must say. Wow. And there's a break next week. I believe so. Alright.
Well, this is Haysoos signing off. This is a 10 out of 10 chapter from One Piece, as usual. Oda is really info dumping us with this. And it's kind of interesting how he predicted the, well, not Oda, but Vegapunk predicted the earthquakes and stuff. Well, obviously, he's a scientist and he was studying this stuff. But I'm wondering what the Mother Flame exactly is. What is it? So in the factory here, we see A and Mu. So like A, the letter A, and then the and symbol, and then MU. AMU. As well as an S. So I bet you the S stands for Vegapunk or something. S108. S108. I wonder what happened in One Piece 108. One Piece 108. What happened in 108? Oh, well, there's a volume 108, which is titled Better Off Dead in This World. That's kind of interesting.
what happens in chapter 108 is titled 100 Bounty Hunters. Oh, it's Zoro versus the Baroque Works Bounty Hunters. Interesting. I know I'm trying, I know some people link numbers to the previous chapters, but yeah. Anyways, this is Haysoos signing off.
Goodbye! I love this manga so much.